Doesn't sound like hockey pucks.
No,
though.
it sure doesn't. I hope.
Dice.
Oh, it's dice. Well, it is double or nothing.
Welcome to Cheap Pops. I'm Nick.
I'm Dave, and we've got a few things to talk about. If you were a wrestling fan like us, which is mainly what we talk about, wrestling, it was a good weekend. Memorial Day weekend. You had WWE King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia, and also AEW Double or Nothing. So it was a really cool weekend. A lot to watch. I mean, AEW's was 4.5 hours, and WWE's had a 2-hour pre-show. Like, why do you need a 2-hour pre-show for like a 5-match card? Like, that's just crazy. How do you justify that? But, we both agree that the WWE pay-per-view was really good. Even Nia Jax, it wasn't good, but whatever. So. What did you think of the video opening where they showed after everybody was shown coming into the building? I think their videos have gotten a lot better since Kevin Dunn's been gone.
Way better. And no
shaky camera crap. Yeah. Like I said, I think it looks so much better without Kevin Dunn. The visuals are amazing.
Yes.
I like that arena in Saudi Arabia, that huge dome. It looks really cool. I saw a lot of comments. We talked about this. I saw a lot of comments of people. A lot of the WWE women were wearing bikinis, and people were saying, "Oh, well, they're in a country where women have to be covered up all the time. Not at private resorts. They don't. American women don't have to be covered up at private resorts, but." Some people don't know how to use Google, but I really think Becky against Liv for the Women's Championship was a great way to open the show.
Yes.
I don't know how it must feel for them to be performing in a country where women don't have a lot of rights, and maybe they think it's empowering for those, women to, see powerful women. Just to me, it seems kind of off to me.
A lot of them were hesitant to cheer.
Right. Yeah, like you mentioned, the camera shot with a lot of the women covering their faces up. But, like I said, they were both totally covered. Becky Lynch's outfit looked like a tuxedo for some reason. I didn't get that, but...
I did send you a thing of the Battle of the Britney Spears.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Did you notice Corey Graves was really harping on Liv Morgan, really putting her down through the whole match? It's kind of weird. Like, I don't know if they're setting up something for when Carmella, his wife, gets back.
Right.
She starts running down Corey or whatever, but excuse me. It seemed weird to me. It's kind of like Nigel McGuinness does with Bryan Danielson, calling him a clam digger and all that stuff. But Dirty Dom interfered, but it backfired, and Liv ended up winning using the chair and her Oblivion move. So new champion, Liv Morgan. I don't know how long they're going to keep her with the title, but it's...
I still say it should have happened with the Battle Royal, that she should have won it.
Right. I mean, I don't know how long Becky Lynch is going to be gone. There's talk that her contract expired or, whatever. But,
or expiring in 5 days or whatever.
A lot of that is up in the air. I don't always believe the internet reports because sometimes they like to...
fabricate?
Yeah. But one thing I do want to mention right now, we are going to do an AEW review. There are 2 matches that both of us did not watch. The barbed wire steel cage match between Adam Copeland and Malachi Black. That match we actually have on behind the camera right now. And the Anarchy in the Arena. We're going to kind of review those, as we watch them, because I saw a couple spoilers, which kind of sucks, but it's kind of hard to, when you're following wrestling stuff, to not get a notification about certain things. So, but it actually looks pretty cool. They haven't really done anything with Malachi Black in a while, so it's good to see them doing something with him. So, but a barbed wire steel cage match, that's pretty cool. So,
and it's about time that they do a really good big match with Adam Copeland.
Yeah.
I want to call him Edge so badly.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Cornette still calls him Edge. I call him Edge a lot, so, you know. The Intercontinental title was next. Chad Gable against Sami Zayn, who was the champion, and Bronson Reed. I think the only reason Bronson Reed was put into this match was he was going to be the one to take the pinfall. So then the story can progress, and you're going to see Sami Zayn and Gable at SummerSlam, or something, a bigger pay-per-view.
And this is building up really good between these two.
It is, and when Gable came out and he was getting the "You Suck," Kurt Angle "You Suck" chants, which doesn't really fit to his music, but still,
it was awesome.
And he had Otis come out with him, which kind of leads into what happened later on. But I thought it was kind of funny that they had both Bronson Reed and Gable come out, and then they did a Sammy in Saudi Arabia video, and then he did his entrance. Like, those guys are just standing in the ring, like
right.
Shit, while they show a video for Sammy. It was weird to me. But of course, Sammy has, I think he's Muslim, but he, the crowd was hot for him, and he has, the Arabic on his tights all the time too. So I thought it was funny that Chad Gable used the ring apron like Finlay, using it over.
That was really good.
And Cole mentioned it too, which is good that, Cole remembers those kind of things and mentions it, because sometimes that stuff doesn't get mentioned. For me, the coolest thing in the whole match was Sammy getting the Blue Thunder Bomb on Bronson Reed. That's a huge dude for you to be able to get up for that Blue Thunder Bomb, where you've actually got to spin him around, and of course, Bronson Reed did a suicide dive outside the ring too. I thought
that was really amazing.
Yeah, it's really impressive. A lot of guys that catch them, the ropes and stuff, which we'll actually talk about in AEW. But Otis, he hit Bronson Reed, and then when Gable was holding Sami Zayn up to hit, for Otis to hit him, he ended up hitting Chad Gable, and Sami Zayn beat Bronson Reed, so that keeps Gable strong for them to do something later on. And I don't think they're ever going to do anything with Bronson Reed, so I expect him to take the pinfall.
Which is pretty sad.
Yeah, I think if they do another round of releases, I could see Bronson Reed, because he got the Vince McMahon treatment. They're calling him Big Bronson Reed. You do not need the big in front of his name. Big John Studd I understood back in the day because he was trying to be a giant against Andre. But Big Bronson Reed just sounds stupid.
It really does.
This match for me, I didn't pay a lot of attention to. But the Queen of the Ring final, Nia Jax versus Lyra Valkyria. Nia won. I think Lyra is pretty impressive, especially when you've got somebody like Nia Jax to work with. And then Nia did a bad promo with her horrible voice afterwards.
Ugh.
I think she's going to look really weird coming in. If she comes out with that crown on all the time, it's going to look really, really weird. Unless she goes full on Booker T being crazy and doing stupid, being stupid about being the queen. I think that's the only way it's ever going to fly. Because if she tries to be like, arrogant and all that stuff, I don't see it. Like, it's not going to work with her.
I'm happy who won. The King won.
Yeah, to me, this was the match of the night, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther against Randy Orton for the finals of the King of the Ring. I think Corey Graves is so good on color commentary. He's such a good analyst. I think he reminds me of Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
Even when he's playing the heel commentator, I think he's really good, and he does his job really well. It was an old school back and forth match. Orton knows how to run a match, and Gunther, I mean, he would have fit in any era of the business, in my opinion. So Orton hit an RKO but couldn't capitalize on it because Gunther had damaged his knee, or damaged Orton's knee. Apparently you can drop an opponent on the announce table 3 times right in front of the referee, and there's no disqualification. The referee's just going to do the count, and you got to go in and break the count. To me, I know it's a small thing, and they've done, they've been lenient. They were lenient on stuff in the Attitude Era, but it's just glaringly stupid, in my opinion, where it's no DQ for dropping somebody on the, the announce table 3 times. I thought it was really cool that Gunther kicked out of the RKO.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. But then he got a crucifix on Orton and pinned him, but Orton's shoulder was clearly up, so I'm sure they're going to go somewhere.
They have to go somewhere with
it gets Orton out. I mean, that definitely had to be planned, because there's no way that Gunther could not tell that Orton's old shoulder was completely up doing that move. You know what I mean?
And did you hear Corey and Mike Cole at the end when they were doing the replays and they go, whoa, whoa, whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
Corey did. Cole didn't really mention it, and Corey said, I want to take another look at it, and they didn't do another view after that, so that'll be part of the story. So so Gunther wins. He's the king of the ring. I think the way he plays,
they might do something at Clash at the Castle with them.
They might. I think that would be good. I like these international pay-per-views. It's really cool. The crowds are hot.
Yes.
I hope they don't do a lot of the singing like they did in France, but what are you gonna do? This is actually the last match. It was, it wasn't a long. It was a long pay-per-view, but it wasn't. There weren't a lot of matches.
Yeah.
Logan Paul against Cody for the WWE title. I thought it was funny when Logan Paul came out. He put the Prime bottle on the steel step and it just fell over immediately. I thought that was funny.
That was hilarious.
We mentioned this to each other. Logan Paul is a freaky athlete. He reminds me a lot of Rob Van Dam. Just the height that he can get on the leapfrogs and the frog splashes.
And we mentioned this. Can you imagine what him and RVD could do? RVD in his prime.
Yeah.
Could do together.
And to me, like, a triple threat with Van Dam, Jerry Lynn, and Logan Paul would have been off the charts. Or even if you threw him into those three-way dances with, like, Tajiri and Super Crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
Would have just been, would have been phenomenal. To me, him and Too Cold Scorpio could have had some amazing matches back in the day. Logan Paul, Eddie Guerrero would have torn the house down. There's so many possibilities for what an athlete like that could have done.
And you and I were talking about this, where a dream match. Mike Awesome and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Both in their prime.
Yeah, that would have been a badass match. Yeah, definitely. You did that on the game, which is actually pretty cool. So.
And I also did. You said it was too kind of risky in your opinion.
A little lopsided. Yeah.
Yes. Taz versus Brock Lesnar.
Right. Just because Lesnar is so much bigger than him. Not saying that Taz wasn't a badass and he wasn't built up to be a badass, but Lesnar's built a little bit different than like Bam Bam Bigelow was. You know what I mean? Like, it just, to me, it would be too much of a mismatch, but it is a cool concept.
The game actually evened it out pretty damn nicely.
Good.
And I did get a good match out of it, and I did save the video, so if we do a video game episode...
We are going to do another one, yep.
We can... You and I would just do commentary on it. How's that sound?
That'd be kind of cool. Logan Paul brought out the brass knucks again, and I mentioned this to him. They look 3D printed to me.
Yeah.
They look like 3D printed resin that they just painted gold to look like brass knucks. That's what it looks like to me, and I wouldn't be surprised because, in my opinion, that's the only way you could get brass knucks into other countries. I mean, it's not... I mean, the state, we live in New York State, and you can't even, if you get caught in New York State, that's a huge offense to have a weapon like that in New York State, They sell them in Florida, but, I don't even think you're supposed to have them in Florida, but...
But I do want to mention Michael Cole, the heat with it, when Michael Cole, said to him, when he got the brass knucks.
Yeah, Cole's doing really good, and, calling out Logan Paul, and then Logan Paul got in Cole's face, and Corey Graves kind of was the buffer in between. I was telling him, I thought, Logan Paul was going to take a swing at Corey Graves at one point, so that was
really good.
Right.
Then, he's getting up in Michael Cole's face again later on in the match, and Corey Graves goes, "I saved you once, Cole. I'm not going to save you again."
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then, of course, Cody does a cutter on the table, on the outside, no DQ, again, right in front of the ref. It just, I don't understand, you know? And then that's the thing is, like, they do a ref bump in this match. Why do you need to do that so the ref can't see things if he's just going to ignore DQable offenses earlier in the match? The psychology of that, and you know what? This was a great pay-per-view, and we're nitpicking certain things, but as a wrestling fan that's seen things
throughout the years.
Yeah, ref bumps meant so the bad guys could do something. Well, if they're not going to DQ somebody for something earlier on, it seems kind of stupid for the ref not to be able to see something later. It just,
right.
That you know, excuse me. I loved the Shane O'Mac style splash from the top rope all the way to the floor on Cody. And did you notice I loved the 360 drone shot?
Yes, that was amazing.
As he was standing over on the rope. It reminded me a lot of the 360 shot they used to do with Triple H when he would make his entrance, every once in a while. But it looks so good.
I'm loving a lot of these drone shots. I'm loving them.
They're doing it really, really well, and I'd like to see them do more of it. Do more of that than the graphic stuff. They've cut down on a lot of that too.
Yes,
doing the graphics. Did. So that's really cool. Like I said, a ref bump, and then Cody does the vertebreaker on Logan Paul, which...
That was really awesome.
Yeah, I don't know why he's doing it all of a sudden. I mean, I know the Hurricane is a backstage agent, or Shane Helms is a backstage agent, and that was his move, so that's cool, but it just seems out of left field that he starts doing the vertebreaker. But Cody thwarts Logan Paul trying to use the Nux again. Did he do 3 crossroads? Or
yes,
3. 3? Okay, and got the win. Cody retains. I don't know if anybody really ever expected Logan Paul to win the title in Saudi Arabia. I mean, I could see them doing it, as a surprise, but in the end, I really don't see it.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, but, but speaking of the Hurricane, I didn't get a chance to show this on the last one. The Target exclusive Funko Pop of the Hurricane.
I see something I want on the back.
Yeah. Oh, King Booker. Yeah, I want the King Booker too, and I want the British Bulldog one as well.
Yes.
They had Rikishi there as well, which is also a Target exclusive, but I did not have enough money to get it. I'm hoping to get it at some point. I've said this before. I never thought I would buy these things when they first came out, but I love them. So, but I am picky on the ones that I buy.
Same. I am.
So why don't you show off some of the stuff that you brought with you?
Did you bring yours down? I want to show these both off. I had these both custom made for both of us.
Yep.
Da 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 da. ECW Cactus Jack T-shirts.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like this a lot.
And this is when he was going against his own character.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I like that. It was really well done.
Alright, I want to give a big thank you to you for this.
Oh, yeah, the Sultan. Yeah, that's...
This is really cool.
I love it when they do, the Goon, the Sultan, obscure characters. For people like me that even loved the mid-90s, it just, Doink the Clown, stuff like that. I kind of want a T.L. Hopper and a Freddie Joe Floyd and Phantasmo and a lot of those that they did,
Right? Yeah. Then I really like this one. The old school OG Hulk Hogan.
I do want to buy that. I didn't get that one yet, but I do want to buy that.
The one thing I wish I would have bought that day too was the Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
I might actually still try to get it.
Yeah.
And this was just an impulse buy because it was on sale.
The Ultimate Edition Undertaker. Yeah, yes. That's a really, really good one.
And this is really awesome looking. But I'm picky on my Undertaker action figures.
Yeah, I am too. The faces have to be right for me for a lot of these, and some of them just aren't. But,
and going back to when we went to the what was the name of the store again?
Oh, the Retro Game Hoarders.
Yes. I found 2 good finds on for the PlayStation.
And that was
3.
on our last episode.
Yes.
Where we showed off some games that we bought on.
And now I get to show off the ones I brought.
Well, before you do that, right now, in the barbed wire steel cage match, the House of Black are in the ring, and the lights are flickering red, and Gangrel shows up and sprays the mist in their faces and helps Edge, Adam Copeland. So I thought that was a really cool thing.
And that is really cool.
Oh, look at that Impaler! That's so cool.
You, speaking of Gangrel,
Yep.
I sent you a picture of him back in ECW.
Oh yeah, he got all over the place. You know, he even did like Herb Abrams' UWF back in the day.
Yes.
So with Luna Vachon, but
And I can't remember the vampire. Something vampire. They
Vampire
call,
Warrior.
Yes, Vampire Warrior is what they call them in ECW.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. Oh, look at Adam Copeland with the barbed wire wrapped around his head, looking like he's Jesus with the thorny crown. So
careful! Don't put him on. Don't do like what happened in ECW with the Sandman.
Yep. And now he's putting the crossface on with the barbed wire across Malachi Black's forehead. And that's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah. All right. So back to your games.
I bought WWE All Stars.
Yep.
This was one of their cartoony ones, and this is one of the better cartoony ones.
Oh yeah,
that they did.
They're fun to play. Definitely fun to play.
And a lesser known one.
I did not know that was on PS3. I did not know whatsoever.
TNA Impact.
Yep.
This is it was a lot of fun, but some of the controls for it were a pain.
But they were gonna. Before Midway went out of business, they were going to do another TNA game, and I'm sure they would have fixed a lot of the stuff.
They were going to fix a lot of stuff.
But I never knew it was on PS3. That's pretty cool. I like that.
I knew it was on Xbox and PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, but it was so hard to find this on a PS3.
Yeah.
Because it went like this.
Right. Well, that's good that you found that. Have you seen the Mark Henry's announcement that his AEW contract is up?
No, I did not.
Yep. And looks like he's not going to resign. Also, there was a report today that Adam Copeland broke his tibia. He's going to be out for 3 to 6 months from the dive that he did off the top of the cage. So maybe don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Leave that stuff to Darby Allin, but...
Speaking of Darby, should we talk about where he had an accident?
Oh, yeah, he got hit by a bus in New York City. That's, wow. I mean, I almost got hit by a cab in New York City, so I can't say that I'm not surprised, but, it's just
wow.
Yeah. But that's really cool to see Gangrel and Adam Copeland celebrating in the ring. And
yes.
Copeland got the win, so I thought the AEW pay-per-view was really good, too. So... I'm going to open this up. He already opened his because he couldn't wait.
Yes.
But I'm just now cutting the tape on it. This came in today. The Pro Wrestling Crate, which is bi-monthly now.
Mine came in the other day. Do you want to go on a rant?
Do I want to? Okay. My local post office will not deliver packages. It drives me insane. But... I have a picture in my phone of them putting a package on top of the mailbox right near my mailbox, but they wouldn't put it on mine. I got the notification at 7:30 this morning saying that it was out for delivery. 10:30 it says receptacle full, cannot deliver. So what do? I get in my car and I drive, the 20 minutes to the post office, and sure enough, the package is there. So they were too damn lazy to put the package on the truck to deliver it. That drives me nuts. I had to waste the gas to go get it. That pissed me off. And I just, it really does, and I think it's wrong, and, what are you going to do?
Right.
So
I want to do these both at the same time. Okay. I brought mine. And I know that you're going to love the shirts.
All right.
I'll let you show off the front. and I'll show off the back.
Okay. Oh, Heart Foundation. That's cool.
Then check out the back.
I see the back. It's right in front of my face because I'm holding up the front.
This is really cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That's pretty badass.
I really like that.
All right.
Then,
Well, this one doesn't have a back, so how did this work? Oh, FTR. Okay,
yes.
that's cool. I don't really like the. I mean, I guess it's faded because it's supposed to look old school, but
This,
cool. I
I
like that. I like that a lot.
to tell you the truth, I like the Heart Foundation one a lot.
Oh man, see this can't.
Yes.
I can't get a really high rating because it sucks again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Nasty Boys.
Meh.
But a Young Bucks pin. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like the Micro Ballers.
Oh, the Rock and Roll Express. Ricky
I
and Robert Gibson.
love
That's
it.
cool. That's cool. I like that.
And, ooh, something to hang behind us.
Is that a Jeff Hardy banner? Or a Hardy Boys banner?
Hardy Boys.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
And this is, oh, these are, looks like to be a little bit old school almost.
Yeah, I guess the picture probably is. Yeah, because Matt Hardy has more hair. But that's cool. I like that. All right.
Then this is the thing I wanted to see if these were both the same.
Yeah, Los Guerreros poster. That's cool.
This is really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Now,
I don't know how they get away with using the WWE image, but that's cool. I like that a lot.
I want to see if I can find a picture frame for this.
I like that.
Then the autograph.
Oh, the best friends.
Meh.
So I'm not gonna rate this as high as my buddy did. He rated it close to a 10. I mean, it's cool to have the best friends autograph, but
Yes.
I'm gonna have with the socks. I could say a 9 because the rest of the stuff is pretty cool, but yeah, this isn't quite a 10 for me, but I like it. It is really good. I don't like that they're bi-monthly now. I mean, yeah, you got more stuff in this because it's bi-monthly, but I kind of liked having them every month.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's really cool. I really like the micro brawlers, and
I really like the flag.
yeah, the flag's really cool. And you know, the Young Bucks pin was cool, but the socks for me, like,
Yeah.
I don't.
no.
I'll never understand wearing, you know, the socks.
Because they don't fit.
No, I don't know. I don't know who they're made for, but they aren't
But-
made for me.
It's actually cool to actually hang them behind us.
Yeah, we did that once where we hung all the socks behind us. We'll probably do that again.
Yeah, here.
But-
Well, I'll leave that here to hang behind us.
Yeah, so that I thought that was a really good box. I like getting these. It's, you know, I like getting the shirts and, you know, all that. I mean, those are really, really good shirts, I will admit. And that Los Guerreros poster is pretty cool, and the flag, and, you know, the Young Bucks have kind of been for me lately, so the pin, but, you know, I like the pins, so that's cool. Let's see. Right now we have the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada coming out. It's the Anarchy in the Arena match. The cage match and the Anarchy in the Arena match didn't happen simultaneously, you know, right after the other. But I kind of edited them and clipped them because I can do those kind of things.
Yes, yes, you can.
I try, anyways. You know, I was better with audio because I have a degree in radio broadcasting, but I can do video a little bit too. Like the Young Bucks, with Jack Perry, like, you know, Scapegoat, but close. But I like Okada and
more like crap.
yeah, but I mean Danielson, FTR, and who's with them? Danielson, FTR. I can't remember who they had as their fourth. Oh, Darby Allin. Yeah, so, I mean, Anarchy in the Arena is always a fun match. I get why people don't like them. I get why certain people don't like them. Whatever, you know, I can sit here and I can enjoy death matches. I can enjoy cage matches. I can enjoy all kinds of matches. It just, certain people, you know, don't enjoy that kind of stuff, and that's fine, you know. I don't enjoy Nia Jax matches. I don't enjoy Jordan Grace matches. There's a lot of matches I don't enjoy, but
Right.
I can enjoy all kinds of stuff. Like, a lot of people don't like a lot of the mid-90s stuff with, like, Jeff Jarrett and, you know, all that, and when the Goon and stuff was there. But I was a teenager then, and I can appreciate a lot of that stuff. The goofy stuff with, like, the Dungeon of Doom and, you know, and the Butcher and Kevin Sullivan and stuff. I can appreciate it for what it was, you know, but...
And taking a look back at it is, like, pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, going back and looking at some of the stuff is good.
I'm having a lot of fun taking a look back at the old ECW stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the ECW stuff is good. Some of it doesn't hold up well, but a lot of it does. So, the WWE pay-per-view happened on Saturday morning in Saudi Arabia, and then AEW Double or Nothing was the next day on Sunday in Las Vegas. Well, they weren't actually in Vegas. They were at an arena kind of outside of Vegas, but close enough. You know, like, a lot of times, you know, people say they're from Detroit, and they really aren't from Detroit. They're, you know, in, like, the suburbs, you know, like Kid Rock and stuff, you know. What are you going to do? I thought no pun intended, I thought they started off pretty strong with Roderick Strong against Will Ospreay for the international title. Tony Schiavone is so not needed on commentary. He adds nothing. He just says stupid things and just agrees with people. It's so dumb. You know, like, to be honest, I don't believe JR adds anything anymore. I love JR. You know, he was the voice of the Attitude Era. He was the voice of WCW for a long time. You know what I mean? It just...
Oh, yeah.
But at some point, you know, you just gotta...
And just like Tony Schiavone was the voice of WCW for a while.
Right. And then the thing is that... And it's not because of JR's Bell's palsy. It's not because of the way he talks. He doesn't have the same fire that he used to. And I can imagine it's hard to do, you know, but it just... Don't stay in it just for the money. You know what I mean? Ric Flair stays in it just for the money. You know, just... And I kind of think that this whole run that Mark Henry had in AEW was just for the money. Big Show's run in AEW was just for the money. Chris Jericho's is for ego and money, because as we will talk about later, very much so ego. You know, I think ego more than money. But at one point, the Undisputed Kingdom of Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, they had Will Ospreay on Mike Bennett's shoulders, kind of doing like a doomsday device on the outside of the ring. And Matt Taven ran in the ring, hit the ropes that the referee was like leaning against, which is just dumb. You know, another dumb thing, you know. And then did a suicide dive to, you know, do the doomsday onto Will Ospreay. Well, his feet kind of got caught up on the rope, and Will Ospreay kind of jumped the gun on doing the flip. Because he did the flip, like, you know, a good half second before Taven even came close to him, which was, you know, funny but not funny because the camera just caught it plain as day. So, you know, but what are you going to do? I thought it was an amazing opener. I think the Undisputed Kingdom involvement was really well done because at one point Wardlow came in and was going to do a powerbomb on Ospreay, but the referee just turned around and caught him. So, you know, Wardlow just like, I don't care, and he just dropped him and just walked out of the ring. So that, I thought that was kind of funny. They're teasing a Will Ospreay, Don Callis, you know, breakup, which they've been for a while. I mean, Ospreay's a good guy, and Don Callis runs his family, which is bad guys, so you got to do it at some point. Ospreay won. He's the new international champion. Great thing to do, because now he can, you know, have people challenge him and have really banger matches and stuff. Not that he hasn't already, but...
Banger after banger.
Yeah. After that, Adam Cole came out to his babyface music, did the Adam Cole Bebe thing to get the crowd to cheer, and then told them they sucked. Which was kind of, I guess, is kind of funny, but weird at the same time to me, you know. And then the lights go out, And they show a video of MJF like walking through his house, and he grabs his scarf and all that stuff, which was cool. And then MJF comes out. Did you like the Triple H kind of cosplay?
Yes!
And vest over the leather jacket. I thought that was really cool. And they did a hug, and then MJF hits him with a low blow.
Bam, beat.
And MJF did a long promo swearing and, intense. It was really good. I like the Wolf of Wall Street reference where, he said, I'm the Wolf of AEW and I'm not fucking going anywhere, which is great because that's, if you've ever watched the Wolf of Wall Street, that's exactly what Leonardo DiCaprio says, I ain't fucking going anywhere. So that's, so MJF signed a new contract. He's staying in AEW. That's really cool. The next match, the Bang Bang Gang, which is Jay White and the Gun Boys, against the Death Triangle for the Unified Trios titles. Pac sells a DDT just like Rob Van Dam. He just gets spiked and then kind of like flops over like a dead fish. It's really, he makes it look like you've really killed him with it. I can only imagine the way he would have sold Jake the Snake's DDTs back in the day.
Yes!
Lots of high spots and chops. It looked like, remember the Four Horsemen foam fingers that they used to have, the purple ones? Like there was one of those applied to Pac's chest. His chest was so purple and handprints from the chops that Jay White was giving him. It looked bad. Like I said, lots of high spots and chops. Juice Robinson returned and helped the Bang Bang Gang retain the titles, which is kind of weird. I mean, it's great that Juice returned, but like they've never really done anything with Death Triangle. I mean, I know they were Trios champions, but it feels like if you were going to have them reunite, especially after Rey Fenix has been gone for so long, to not have them win seems kind of weird to me, but what do I know? I don't own the company. The next match was the women's title. Timeless Toni Storm against Serena Deeb. I didn't take a lot of notes during this match. I was really paying attention to it. These two are real pros. Serena Deeb is amazing. Toni Storm is amazing. Even when she's in character, she still knows how to have a good match, and this was a really, really good match. I just wrote down they're two real pros. At one point, Mariah May wanted to throw in the towel, but Luther on the outside was stopping her, and then when Toni Storm saw it, it looked like Luther was trying to throw in the towel, and Toni Storm threw it out to the crowd, which was pretty cool. Toni Storm retained, which I'm not surprised because, like, Serena Deeb came back, they build her up to go against for the title. Thunder Rosa, when she came back, they build her up to go against for the title. She loses. Deonna Purrazzo makes her big debut. What do? They have her challenge right away. She loses. It just seems a really weird way of doing things. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that Deonna Purrazzo is there. I'm happy that they're doing stuff with Serena Deeb. But it feels weird to me. I don't know. Say something for a second. Describe what you're watching right now for a second.
Right now, they're out in the parking lot. Darby Allin and Perry.
Yep.
And,
lead pipe.
Yep, lead pipe right to the stomach.
Yep.
They just got done where Darby Allin was trying to drown him in a tub.
Yeah, a tub of ice, like a horse trough with ice.
Yes.
And then this next match I fast forwarded. I'm not gonna lie.
People, I do apologize for zoning out there for a minute because as you know, I love hardcore matches.
Yeah. Orange Cassidy against Trent Beretta. I had no interest in this match whatsoever. None. I mean, don't get me wrong, both great wrestlers, but the way that this was built up and everything, I was just, And they've used Orange Cassidy so much that I don't care. The next one, I cared just out of morbid curiosity. For the FTW title, which is now called the For the World title, because Jericho's horrible. Jericho against Katsuyori Shibata against Hook. Jericho looks and is terrible. Whoever said to him, you should go back to the short tights, the trunks, does not have Chris Jericho's best interest at heart. There was a point, last year where he was really ripped because he was taking whatever he was taking,
And
but
now
he isn't anymore. He's back to flabby Chris Jericho, and it is not a good look. I thought it was pretty funny that they went for the usual, like, they're going to dump a bag of tacks into the ring, but since they were in Vegas, it was a bunch of, dice, which I thought was pretty cool. Kind of like the Lego principle where it's going to hurt a lot. Oh, well, it's a bus. Darby Allin got hit by a bus, so, I guess it's apropos that they're bringing a bus in. And it looks like he hurt himself driving the bus. Whatever,
Okay.
At one point, there was a gnarly Death Valley driver where Jericho was on a table outside the ring, and Shibata and Hook were on the ring apron, and Shibata did a Death Valley driver onto Hook, or with Hook onto Jericho, but the table didn't break. So the way Hook landed, it looked like he almost, broke his neck. It was pretty bad. It was a bad match. Just a really, really bad match. Brian Keith, the bounty hunter, who was in an eliminator match with Shibata and Hook to determine who was going to, go against Jericho for the title. I think it was either on Rampage or Collision. They both had, Shibata and Hook both had submission holds on Keith, and Keith tapped out, so they added both Shibata and Hook to the match. So Brian Keith helped Chris Jericho, and he retained. Hook deserves better, in my opinion.
He really does.
I know that Jericho's leaning into this Jericho vortex, and he's acting like he doesn't care that the fans are booing him and they want him to retire. Chris, it's not a storyline. They really want you to go away. And the more that you lean into it, the more they really want you to go away. And the more that you do it, the worse it's going to be for ratings because you're horrible. The stuff that you do is bad. The learning tree. Like, I agree with what Brian last said. Big Bill was doing good with Ricky Starks, and now he's with you, and it's horrible. It's just bad on all levels, and now you've sucked Hook into it. You took a lot of steam away from Eddie Kingston at one point. You sucked the life out of Ricky Starks at one point, and now you're doing it to Hook. And I feel bad for Taz having to sit there and do commentary on these matches, knowing what you're doing to his kid. It's just bad. It just, like I said, I watched it on morbid curiosity because I knew it was going to be bad. And don't get me wrong, Shibata and Hook, when it was them doing stuff with each other, I don't mean it that way. When they were wrestling each other, it was good. But the Jericho stuff, it's bad. It's so bad. And New Japan Pro Wrestling Eliminator match. Jon Moxley, who was the New Japan champion against Konosuke Takeshita. God, these Japanese names are so hard to pronounce sometimes.
Just think how Joey Styles feels back in the day.
Right. Moxley had his arm all wrapped up, so I guess he's injured. But when is he not? Or when is Darby Allin not injured? It's kind of... back and forth, hard hitting, which, Takeshita does the strong style. Moxley does crappy strong style. Takeshita's so impressive. I saw an interview where he says he's not really happy because of the way they've used him. I'm hoping they'll change that, but...
Oh my God,
really,
Darby Allin's still alive.
Right. I like Nakamura, but they didn't use him well, and they're kind of getting that way with Takeshita.
Yeah.
They're gonna use Okada well because of who he is, you know what I mean? But it just, I don't know. Moxley won with the Death Rider, which is his jumping DDT, which is kind of funny because Gangrel did one earlier. He did his Real Impaler, which really looks cool. Moxley's just kind of looks dumb to me, but the next match I was really surprised at. Mercedes, now they're saying Monet when they were saying Monet for so long, and now they've changed it. So Mercedes Monet, but it's not spelled Monet. They kind of got the accent on the wrong spot for it to be that. But against Willow Nightingale for the TBS title, really cool entrance for Mercedes Monet with like a marching band, kind of like John Cena back in the day. So I thought that was a good... And I've liked Mercedes. We talked about, on the last show where we did kind of like a preview of this pay-per-view, I saw Mercedes Monet's last independent match before she went to NXT. So I thought that was pretty cool. really good match. Willow's really good. They do have some strong women, in my opinion. You've got Toni Storm. You've got Serena Deeb. You have Mercedes Moné now. You have Willow Nightingale. Sky Blue. Chris Statlander. Julia Hart. Mercedes Martinez is in our Ring of Honor. You have Thunder Rosa, although I don't really like Thunder Rosa that much, but she is a good wrestler. So I think they can do a lot with this division. It just, you've got the 2 belts, and there's only so, and of course my favorite Deonna Purrazzo is there as well. So, you know, I'm not obsessed. I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not.
No, you're just obsessed with wrestling.
That's true, but she is my favorite current wrestler. So, and then this wasn't the main event because the Anarchy in the Arena match happened afterwards, but Swerve Strickland against Christian Cage for the AEW title. Christian had the whole patriarchy out there with Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne and Nick Wayne's mom, and I think this was really well built up with Christian, talking about Swerve's family and them busting the picture of his family over his head and stuff like that. I really love Swerve's entrance because Prince Nana came out with the beer bottles, clanging them together and saying, "Swerve, come out and play," like in the Warriors. Yeah, and Swerve was dressed like that. He had like the leather vest, the red leather vest, and the red leather, trunks and stuff. It was really, really cool. And I like stuff like that, like it, because for the last pay-per-view, he came out looking like he was Black Panther, with the, the Black Panther stuff suit. I thought that was really cool. Christian's a great opponent for Swerve, in my opinion. He slows him down, because nothing against Swerve, but he likes the high-paced matches, and this really slowed him down, and he had to work a different style, which I really like. Lots of story with Nana and the patriarchy getting involved and, getting kicked out of ringside and all that stuff. Swerve retained the title with the double foot stomp, which to me it's kind of like Pac. They take a little bit too long to stand on the top rope, and do the move, because it's like, why isn't the guy moving at that point? You know what I mean? Like, but whatever. But we've got Anarchy in the Arena going on right now.
And I do apologize for keep zoning out.
Well, you do that naturally anyways.
Damn it.
For some reason, FTR, they have like the trunks in their weight belt, like Ishii from New Japan. I don't know what, maybe, I don't know if that's just a call to them, or at least Dax does.
Yeah.
The Cash really doesn't, but I mean, it's Anarchy in the Arena. They're doing a bunch of stuff. Well, I see the fire extinguisher. I know what's coming because I saw a spoiler on this. But
yeah, same.
Darby Allin, if you don't know, spoiler alert. If you've watched this long, there's spoilers. Darby Allin set Jack Perry on fire with a flamethrower. So, all in all, I thought this was a great pay-per-view.
Wait. He gets choked out by CM Punk. Now he gets set on fire.
Yeah. So, front face lock by CM Punk and choked. And that was backstage. That wasn't even in the ring. So, I'm really interested to see where WWE goes, because they do have Clash at the Castle coming up. And looks like Adam Cole is pretty close to being cleared because he took a brain buster from MJF.
Yeah.
And the low blow and stuff, and he was able to do all that. So, but then Drew McIntyre is supposedly hurt, and I don't know how far along CM Punk is, but I think they're going to stretch the CM Punk thing with Drew McIntyre to SummerSlam. I don't think they can do it all the way till Survivor Series, which I don't think they would do, but I think SummerSlam is more appropriate if Punk can get cleared by then. Oh, no.
No, not Tony Khan.
Not Tony Khan. Don't be bringing Tony Khan out there. That's just wrong. What are you doing? No. That makes me think of Michael Jackson in South Park. No, that's ignorant. That's ignorant. Why are you doing that? He's dragging Tony Khan out, and of course the Young Bucks making it look like they're selling their move, but actually one of them is doing something with the fire extinguishers. So But there's a lot of stuff. As a wrestling fan, NWA is on the CW. AEW is on TBS and TNT. There's so much going on. Impact. I really like Impact. They're charging more for their streaming service, so I'm really not, watching it as much as I would like to. And now Darby Allin's got the flamethrower. Jack Perry threw Tony Khan down the ramp, and now he's been set on fire. It's just his pant legs, so, and then immediately the Young Bucks put him out. So, that, whatever. Jack Perry's never going to do anything, in my opinion.
No.
He's just, it's not going to go anywhere. But
no, and he's in...
Because what are you going to do? He can't wrestle CM Punk.
No.
The whole point of this is he's a scapegoat because of what happened with CM Punk. You can never pay that off. CM Punk's in another company, making a hell of a lot more money. But I like AEW. I do think they need kind of a reset on some of their stuff, because some of their stuff just ain't landing, especially Chris Jericho. But I thought it was a good pay-per-view, like I said, a great weekend to be a wrestling fan. And I guess, I don't know if AEW is going to monthly. I think they've kind of been doing, if not monthly, bi-monthly pay-per-views. So there's just so much content to watch. It's crazy. I watch the Women of Wrestling too, and you get Dark Side of the Ring, you get the biography, WWE biography, WWE Rivals. It's just.
Speaking of WWE biography, they're going to be doing one on Eddie Guerrero.
Are they? That's cool.
I'm really interested in seeing that.
The only thing I don't like is I guess on some of them they do 2 hours and some of them they do an hour, but they skip a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of important stuff. You know what I mean? Like they did the rivalry of Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, and they skipped over so much stuff. It's just, I don't know, but, it's cool to see. I mean, they've got the footage. They might as well use it, but it just... Sometimes, did you really need to do a Rivals with Cena and Orton? Granted, they had a long rivalry.
Yeah.
Just to me, whatever. But I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about on the next episode. We will go back and we will watch these two matches in their entirety, and we will review them fully. But I kind of wanted to have something for us to, to look at and kind of talk about, and not just go straight through the pay-per-view all the way. So we will do reviews of these two matches.
And we even have an ECW pay-per-view to talk about.
Yes, we are going End of the Sandman, right?
Yes. Was that a pay-per-view? No, it wasn't a pay-per-view.
Well, but still, it was an event.
Yes.
And so we are going to watch that, and we are going to talk about that.
And there is one I do want to talk about, because I did find it on Peacock, Barely Legal.
Oh, yeah, Barely Legal is great. I have that on DVD. From the original, I have the original one from ECW, but I also have the uncut one from WWE that came with the ECW One Night Stand from 2006.
Nice.
They put Barely Legal in with that, and I think a special edition, so I have that as well.
And I sent you the picture. I made ECW Barely Legal in the wrestling game.
Yeah, it's really cool what he's done in the game, and when we do another video game episode, we're going to show you videos of the arenas that he made with our logos and stuff, which are pretty badass. So, you got anything else to add?
I do not.
Well, you never really do, so.
Hey, play nice.
And, of course, had the House of Black... I'm putting it the wrong way. Had the House of Black flag, and why do I have Velvet Sky? Because I like Velvet Sky. And, of course, our banner... over here.
I still like the fact that we did this.
No, that banner's badass. So follow all our social media at Cheap Pop Show, cheappops.redbubble. cheappops.redbubble.com for merchandise.
Merchandising.
And cheappopshow.com. Thank you for checking us out if you've never checked us out before. Thank you to the one that left the comment saying this is terrible. That's one man's opinion. We're still going to keep doing it whether you think it's terrible or not. I'm happy that you commented. You asked for comments. You commented. You think it's terrible. I know people who think it's great. I think it's great. we're going to keep doing it, whether you think it's terrible or not. So
Right.
you don't ever have to watch it again.
No,
Other people
we
can
have
watch
so
it.
much fun doing that.
Yeah, so thank you for checking us out if you stuck with us this long. And we will do a review of those 2 matches. Thank you very much.
Pop guys out.